Alright, well, after the conclusion of the first half of the season, with another victory going in for... Oh, hello. That's a crash for Maddie. Fun stuff there. Anyways, so we are kicking off the second half of Season 14 here in RPL. We are at Hungary, the Hungary ring, for round 11 of the championship, and we have some unique and crazy news that has happened over the span of the last week. So here we are, Ironwolf on hand for comms tonight, and well, last week we had some interesting spectacles. So last week in Belgium, Cookie wound up getting win number 38 of the season. Well, in his career. It was number 38 in his career. Believe it was number 5 for the season as a whole. Shorts was in second, and Skither was in third. And also, Cookie got pole position as well. But that's not the big news. The big news was that there was an incident that occurred that was caught on stream. Gecko battling with Alex Norris for position, and going into the bus stop chicane, there was the notice that the possibility that Gecko might have moved under braking. Well, it was confirmed that it was a moving under braking violation, and because of a repeated history of it, Gecko was not only hit with a penalty because of that, but Gecko is also out for the remainder of Season 14. That's right. Gecko received a ban for the rest of Season 14 because of the history of moving under braking. Now, when asked to a few people about what they thought of it, some people thought it was likely the right call. Others like one person I asked this morning, F1 Shorts, about it, on his thought. He did mention to me that he thinks maybe it might have been a bit of an overreaction on the stewards to give a season ban for it. But that is the note in that one. So we have 14 on hand, 15 potentially if SV joins, but we don't know that because he is currently in the early stage of Rainbow Six Siege battle, so we don't know if he'll join in time or not because we're unsure qualifying for here. So we have just technically 14 only right now, and here is who we got. So I gotta look at this. Who's this dude? Ah, okay. So I'm not sure why he changed his name to Grip Hacks, but that is Florian in the Red Bull with his teammate of Andrea. You have Maxwell and Night Owl in the Mercedes, Reese and Cookie and McLaren, Josh and Shorts in Ferrari, Alex Norris and Torn Penguin in the Aston Martin, Savage in the Williams, Robin in VCar, Beatnik and Haas, and Maddie in the Alpine. So, if SV joins, that's either going to be the second. That is going to be the second Alpine filled in, which means we have no second Williams, no second Haas, no second V-Carb, and a no-show from Sauber. So, let's take a look at the driver standings at this present moment. So, Cookie continues to extend his lead over Shorts, who Shorts, by the way, just jumped into second place. So Cookie has 170 points, the Shorts is 117. Gecko, with a season ban, he will end with 111 points over the season. He's at the moment sitting in third. Willow is in fourth with 93 points. He missed last week and is missing tonight. And lastly, Skither is currently sitting in fifth with 77. In the constructors, McLaren are leading by 118 points over Mercedes, 321 to 203. Red Bull is sitting in third with 179 to Ferrari's 169. They're in fourth. So tight fight in third between Red Bull and Ferrari. Alright, so we are on with Robin, who unfortunately has invalidated. Let's see where Savage is currently. There he is in turn number 3, now heading to turn 4. Definitely be careful with the curb, as it caught Matty out for sure. He crashed in turn 5, sorry. So through 8, 7, and 8 into 9, and then the S's of 8, 9, and 10. Now the secondary S, 11 and 12. Try to keep it within track limits. He does destroy a lot of ERS on him. Into 12. Oh, sorry, 13. Now 14 for the double switchbacks. And now 15 to wrap up the lap. Savage is trying to get a lap in. Florian is on pole right now with a 14.537. Savage goes to ninth with a 16 and a quarter on his time. Shorts is currently in second with a 14.7, and Andrea about 5 thousandths behind him with a 14.795. Torn Penguin just went to a 15.9 for his time. Cookie heading into the switchbacks now to get his lap in. Robin was going to be trying again. Beatnik yet to come out to either try a lap or try again to get a lap in. We'll have to take a look on that in a sec. And Cookie goes second fastest, 14.572. That puts him 35 thousandths behind Florian. And Beatnik is out on the track. Let's see, did he try? No, it's actually his first time. It'll be his first time trying. So we'll see what happens here. I mean, I would check the time, but oh, there we go. So Beatnik staying out of the way of McLaren. I believe that's Cookie just on a cooldown. Cookie's behind him. Reese is on a time lap, and he's improving. Meanwhile, Florian improving, 14.389. Reese improving by over a quarter of a second. This is going to put him just ahead of Maxwell in the 5th place position. Let's see what he's got into the last corner here. And firing his way, and across the line he goes. And it's a 14.641. That puts him in third. Very solid stuff on that third sector. Shorts responds, taking third from Reese now. 14.628. Let's see who's... We got a couple people currently on a run. We have Maxwell on his run, about 200s up in the first sector. Now we just lost Torn Penguin. Let's see if we can get him back in. Where are you? There you are. Alright, so didn't get to see what we had here, but here we go. Into the last couple of corners we go. And here we are in this sense. And coming across will be Maxwell. And he improves by only 64 thousandths of a second. But he will stay in. But he will stay in the 6th place position. Well, looks like Night Owl is returning back to the pits. Beatnik just coming across to get his lap in. And sadly, it's the slowest. A 16.443. Let me see if we can get Penguin back in here. Thought he was on. There we go. Hopefully that worked. Anyway, so Robin looks like invalidated again, so he's gonna have to try again later on. Let's see, Savage currently just up by over 3/10. That's going to put him ahead of Torn Penguin in the 10th place position. And let's see if he's going to improve any further. Here comes Savage roaring down. And he's up by almost half a second. Up in the 10th with a 15.7. And Robin is back out onto the circuit. Same with Shorts as well. Just over 2 minutes left in this session. I would say with SV, since he's still on Rainbow Six Siege, and doesn't want to leave because they're in overtime, I don't think SV is probably going to make it, so we will not, looks like we will not have, so Mercedes Academy will only go with 6 cars for tonight's event. Shorts on the move. Down through the DRS, down the hill, into turn 3. Slow down in the start of sector 2. That's just Red Bull moving out of the way. And Shorts not up at the moment. He's down by about 12 thousandths of a second. Let's see if he's got any more momentum into the second sector. First sector is pretty much simple and straightforward. Second sector is where things can really change on a dime. One Penguin has returned, but unfortunately will not have a chance to get some time in. Shorts 5 thousandths down. So Shorts is not going to be able to get some improvement here unless he really does something. Oh, snap. That's going to hurt him. And here comes Shorts across the line. And yeah, he does not improve. He lost about 25 thousandths on that one. Alright, so Penguin is back in, but unfortunately can't get a lap in. And, oh, Florian off into the wall. And I think he's whaled the wing. And he's back into the pits and out. Cookie could not get a time in to make it stick. Excuse me. So, looks like there's only two people that could likely challenge Florian for pole position here. We have Andrea and Reese. Andrea up by an eighth of a second. So he's going to get himself into the front row. But can he challenge for pole position? Let's take a look quickly at Reese. He's up by a tenth and a half again on his end. Here comes Andrea, and it's only third fastest. Now, let's see what Reese has. He's about a tenth and a half up. He will go to second if he makes it work here. But can he get some more out of momentum here? Coming across! Oh, he lost it all! He lost it all in the third sector. Man. So, Florian was apparently up by a couple of tenths as well, but he lost the momentum too. So, it is going to be Florian, Cookie, and Andrea the front row, and and that's their top three. And that's it. We move on to the race. Well, we got clear skies here for this race. And let's see. So, looks like we got two people maybe chancing on hards. And then the rest will be are going to be on mediums. Now, I'm actually a little curious on something right now. Christ almighty! On Fahrenheit, on my phone, it's 11 degrees outside of my house, but the wind chill's 8 below zero. Alright, here we go. The 5 lights come on to start the RPL Hungarian Grand Prix. And lights out and off we go. Very strong reaction from Florian as he covers off from Cookie. Andrea looking to make a move. Cut back on by Florian. There goes... Ooh, little contact in the bump in the back. A little more contact further back as well. Cookie trying his best to muscle his way with Florian. Muscles it done. And in and ahead. Andrea right behind, trying to get past Cookie. Little contact with Shorts. They are side by side as they head there. Trouble for Alex Norris, who gets into a slide and has fallen to the back of the field. And it looks like everybody is filing back into place here. And yes, we do. Everybody's in filing line. Oh, hi, Maxwell. That was a ballsy attack. I would say honestly, Maxwell, I would get that position back. The dive bomb made contact with Robin, and Robin got shoved to cut the corner. So I'm gonna say, Maxwell, I would get that position back. Let me get that for just a sec. But anyways, so coming up into the first lap, it's Florian ahead of Cookie, Andrea, Shorts, Reese, Robin, Josh, Maxwell, Robin, and Savage. And we have a dive bomb for the final position. Alex Norris getting past Maddie for the position. There goes Andrea trying to get ballsy on the outside, but can't seem to get it done at this present time. Alright, just had to very quickly give something. But anyways, here we go. So no movements anywhere in this field at this moment, but DRS is inactive and enabled here. Reese in pursuit of Shorts. This is for the 4th place position. DRS employed. And not close enough to warrant the attack just yet. Reese is making a dive shot against Shorts. Very ballsy, very challenging. Looking to make it stick, and he does so. Up into 4th goes Reese. I thought he didn't have enough momentum to go for it, but he did. Nice surprise there. Thank you, Reese, for giving that little spectacle. So yeah, it looks like we have 2 drivers on the hards. It is Cookie and Savage. They are on the hard compound tires. Everybody else is on the medium compound tires. Looks like a bit of movement towards the back here. Looks like Savage was trying to eyeball Robin for the 9th place position, but didn't get a chance to go for it, as Robin is slipping away from the front 8. And speaking of slipping away, Cookie has lost tabs on Florian. And Savage has made the move. Robin fighting back. Trying is Savage there. Oof. Little muscling action there. Get to the front, maybe if Andrea's looking for it. Nope, he's not. Let's get back to this group. Here we go. Savage down the inside into turn 1. Goes up against Robin, and he does so into 9th place. Go Savage. And contact between Savage and Robin, or maybe a slip up on Savage's part, and Alex Norris goes ahead into 9th place now. Now Florian, I will note, let's see. He hasn't won an RPL since last season, so it's been a little bit since we last saw him in the winner's circle. If he winds up getting the win here tonight, and that was quite a bit ago. It's definitely quite a bit ago for sure. Yeah, it was Australia season of last season, and there you go, Savage. Nice outside attack makes it stand, and just here we go. Bow for the lead. Side by side is Florian and Cookie trying to get this momentum here. Cookie trying around the outside, but Florian standing his ground saying, "Hell no, you ain't getting past me." And he holds him back. So Cookie reeled in Florian on that last lap. Went for a shot into turn 1, but Florian holds off his former boss. He's right on board with Cookie as he's chasing Florian down for the lead here. So we're riding on with him down through 11 into 12. Keeping the tabs here. Florian recharging the battery here. As that speed in the DRS zone is quite crucial here. And these two have equal ERS availability. Here we go. DRS applied. Will Cookie make that move? Florian goes to the inside, switches back, switches to cover the inside. Cookie stuck having to take the long way, but switchback possibilities. No momentum out of that one. And Florian keeps Cookie back currently, but switch back to turn 1 with the war between Robin and Savage. Battles it out again into turn 3. Looks like Robin's got a bit of wing damage on the right side, but he keeps Savage back at the moment. Meanwhile, Maxwell chasing Josh down for the 7th place position. Let's take a look at our biggest gains as losers as, Maxwell first into the penalty box. So our biggest gainer after lap 5, here, it is Night Owl with the most positions gained of 3 positions. So he started 9th, he's up to 6. Our loser right now is currently Maxwell with only 2 positions lost. Let's switch back to the front. Cookie, Florian. As you can see on the screen, Robin and Savage battle again in the switchbacks. Is Cookie looking for momentum here? No, he's not going to chance it at this present time. Savage and Robin still at it again, but let's keep focus on Cookie and Florian here, and no movement seen there. Let's get back into the with these two here. Savage hangs on and is into the 10th place position and starts to slightly pull away from Robin. Meanwhile, Josh, in the middle of a Mercedes sandwich here, he's got Night Owl ahead of him, Maxwell behind him. Maxwell does have that 3-second penalty on his repertoire. And also, just want to note, Reese, who's currently in the 4th place position, when I was briefly in the bid call with the Merc Academy people, Reese was already closing, I think was already on his 2nd warning, just a couple of laps ago. So Reese could be in trouble if he's not careful. And those S's, like literally the start of those S's, turns 7 and 8, those are an absolute nightmare if you're not careful. And Night Owl is going into the pits already. And there we go, battle, outside, goes Cookie. Florian covering the inside, they're side by side, still on the track. And Cookie trying again, now has to go around the outside, switch back. This is a great one, contact! Florian gets sent off. That is not good. Oh! That was a little screwy. We saw when Florian went back onto the track at turn 4, and he just looks like he cut across on Reese. We did see a damage get hit by somebody. I mean, we saw Reese get past Andrea. Could have been Andrea that got damaged. But that is definitely going to be seen the stewards. Yeah, damage on the right end plate. The right end plate is gone on Andrea's car. So that's going to hurt. So that incident there could be seeing the steward. That could be seeing the stewards. The attack on turn 3 between Cookie and Florian, which saw Florian go off into the grass, and then in turn 4, the cut across between Reese and Florian. Here we go. Battle for the 4th place spot. Oh, contact between Shorts and Andrea. Andrea's just muscling and trying to keep Shorts back. Bumping and banging wheels they are. And Shorts decides, nah, it's too early in the race. I'm going to hang back. I say that's a smart thing on Shorts' part. Don't get too crazy. Don't get too crazy just yet. Oh, Shorts, you just made my heart skip. I commend your ballsy effort, but woo, that was very scary. Oh, man. But Shorts was thinking about it at the tight S, but bailed out, and there was an almost contact. But that wing is really hurting Andrea, and he knows it. He is coming in. So Andrea, an unfortunate victim of the cars ahead. All triggered from the contact in turn 3 between Cookie and Florian, and then, like I said, in turn 4, from what we saw on the stream in the background, a heavy chop block between Florian and Reese, and that was almost a disaster. And if I know anything, Reese is probably not happy about that. Probably on his stream, he's probably not happy. It looks like Maddie is in the pits as well. And Andrea did come out in the 11th place position. So he's lost a lot of momentum because of that. And yeah, new wing and everything, so he's good to go. He's on another set of mediums, so Robin will be pitting one more time later in this event. But Cookie has the lead as we are moving into completing lap 10 of this event. We'll be closing in on 1/3 of this event done. And Reese is still within DRS of Florian at this moment. Well, closest battle right now is Maxwell on Josh. This is for the 5th place position. Now bear in mind though, Maxwell does have a track limit penalty on his repertoire. So Maxwell is going to be looking at some issues there. We're right on board with Maxwell as he is following with Josh 433, last season's Tier 2 champion, and Josh is actually still in Tier 2. He's in the Haas. So Josh looking to possibly maybe defend his championship if he gets opportunities in Ferrari. We do not know. Looks like Night Owl is closing in on Torn Penguin for the 9th place position, seen on the screen here. Let's take a look at these two. Here's Night Owl on the hunt against Torn Penguin. As they're getting pretty close here. And nothing at this time. And we have trouble out of turn 8. That is Robin around. We'll get back onto him in just a second. Night Owl attempting a switchback. Stuck at it. Whoa! Shit! Huh. Not sure what happened there. I think You saw Night Owl do a crossover, was alongside, then Torn Penguin turned over, and then that. Maybe, I don't know. I think I'm gonna leave that alone, but that was strange. That was very strange to watch. And Robin has gone into pits. He's retired. That is our first DNF of the event. That was a weird one between Night Owl and Torn Penguin. That was weird. We have completed a third of the way through. Once Cookie comes out of the final corner across the line, he is currently 4.3 seconds clear of Florian, who's just coming into the pits now. So Reese will inherit the second place spot. We'll stay on as we're on board with Maxwell here. Is he possibly looking at a chance to go for 5th place here? He's got DRS, he's roaring it. So is Josh in anticipation for this. And here comes Maxwell looking to try again, but unfortunately does not have the necessary momentum needed to make that work. Now Florian does come out in the 8th place position, and he does have a new wing and everything, so he is in good shape. Let's take a look at this here. Oh! Huh. Interesting. Well, anyways, so those are the stops that we got right now. So Night Owl, Robin, who's already done. Andrea with a new wing. Maddie, Florian, and Torn Penguin have made their stops. And as we mentioned, Florian is in 8th spot. Andrea in 10th. And Torn Penguin down in 12th. That is the running order right now. So, right now, it is currently, as Florian gets past... Oh, we got a crash! Big crash between Savage and Florian. We just want to switch back. We switch to Savage and Florian as Florian is out. We saw Florian attack Savage for the 9th place position, and we were going to look and see how it looked, and then we just saw that crash. We'll have to look at it again, but I believe once we got viewed of the crash, I think there was a reset to track by one of the two. But we'll have to review that again. But unfortunate for Florian, saw the attack, and then there was a massive crash. So Cookie is ahead of Reese by about 9 seconds, as Cookie is going into the pits to get off of the hards. Oh, this is an unusual spin. So it looks like Cookie is going to be looking at a 2-stop as he's gone to a new set of hards. Yeah, so Cookie will be stopping again later on in this race. Josh and Maxwell are also into the pits as well, and Cookie will come out in 3rd, so not much time lost there. Let's see what happened there. Robin just complained that the car just doesn't want to turn. That is unfortunate. The car's not playing nice with you. So we got Josh right now. Was right on board with him as he is in pursuit of Alex Norris. Alex Norris currently sitting in the 6th place position. Now let's take a look here. So everybody except for 3 people has already made their first stop. Reese is in. So let's see if Shorts is going to react, and he does so. So Cookie will re-inherit the lead, as Reese will go on to hard, same with short. So both of them will be on the hard compound tire. And looks like Reese will be coming out in the 4th place position behind Andrea. And is Torn Penguin going to get ahead of Shorts? Yes, he does. And I think Josh is also going to get just ahead of him too. So Shorts is going to have a little work to do if he wants to get back on tabs with Reese. And look at Maxwell being brave on the attack to go on the outside. Now inside, ooh, bit of contact. Shorts goes a bit off the track. We did see a little understeer from Maxwell on the apex of turn 4 that did result in that minor contact and Shorts going slightly off. Well, I mean, if Shorts did get a warning from that, that could get removed. But as we did see, Maxwell did have a bit of understeer as he was just fought that wheel just a titch, and that resulted in that little mince incident there. I was right on with Andrea. Haven't been on board with him in a while, as he's chasing Night Owl down for the 2nd place spot. And where will he go? He's gonna make the move down the inside, and he does so, and up and ahead. Oh, Night Owl fighting back. Bit of contact there between the two. And they're still going at it here, and there it goes. Andrea gets the exclamation point and ahead of Night Owl for the 2nd place position. Savage just getting ahead of Torn Penguin in turn 1 to get himself in the 10th. We have a 4-way fight here between Alex Norris, Josh, Shorts, and Maxwell. Maxwell just slipping out of the way. Just slipping out from the 2 Ferraris ahead of him. But Alex Norris has a bit of a job on his hand to fend not one, but both Ferraris. I'm going to stay pretty close on this one here. We do know that Night Owl is going to be trying to stay within DRS of Andrea, and Reese has also got himself in DRS as well. So let's quickly check on Reese here, as there he is, about to chase Night Owl down. Makes the move on the inside, passes Night Owl to get himself in the 3rd, and now is turned loose to chase Andrea down. Let's get back to Alex Norris and the tail of the Ferraris. Josh making the move on the inside. Ooh, pretty close wheel to wheel between the two. Alex Norris trying his best to fend them off. Josh is just trying to make it stick. But Alex Norris is saying, oh hell no. Woo! Understeery City goes Alex Norris. And Shorts gets past Josh saying, you did your best. Let me have a crack at him. Ooh. Saw right in turn 3 and a turn 4, Alex Norris got really nasty and evil, that car did. And he is up in there. Now, let's go back up to 2nd place here. Reese in pursuit of Andrea for the 2nd place position. This is going to be critical for Reese here. Maxwell getting past Josh in turn 13. And Andrea is in for a 2nd stop. So Andrea makes his 2nd stop, and Reese is now in full clear air, and now gets to sit comfortably. He is 15 seconds behind his teammate of Cookie, but bear in mind though, Cookie does have to pit again later in this event. Now also Reese, by the way, is in that position there. Oh, let's switch back over. There's Shorts inside of Alex Norris in the turn 3, he does so at 4, and up to 4th, go Shorts. And as you can see, just ahead of Shorts, there is Beatnik in 12th place. Beatnik has gone a lap down. But what I was just about to say before Shorts made his attack on Alex Norris was that Reese has a I wonder if Reese is gonna be making a attempt to go for a one stop because he was on those mediums for about 15 laps. Meanwhile, oh, there's no ghosting for lap cars. Oh, no ghosting for lap cars. Because Alex Norris almost hit the back of Beatnik's lap car. Well, that's a surprise. Didn't expect that. But, yeah, I mean, but Cookie, by the way, went 15 laps on his... Was it 15 laps or was it like 12 there? But there's the move. Alex Norris just shunting and bumping with Shorts here. Still brawling between the two. And in turn 3, ooh, contact back between Shorts and there. They're still banging and bashing. Contact. Ooh, almost a hook. And Alex Norris says, nah, get back behind me. But it does bring Maxwell even into the picture going like, I'm just enjoying my popcorn. I'm waiting for them to make a critical error and I'll get 2 for 1. Like I said, Cookie did make his pit stop. I believe it was at the start. Yeah, it was lap 14. He went on to... So lap 14, Cookie went onto the hards. Onto the other side of the hards. Whoa! Maxwell spun. Did he dip a wheel in the grass or did he have help? I couldn't tell from that angle. Did he dip a wheel in the grass and that resulted in that spin, or did he have assistance? Shorts on the inside. The war again between Alex Norris and Shorts. Still fighting. Andrea with the fastest lap. Ooh, almost a wheel hook. And oh, contact, and there into a slide goes Alex Norris. Unfortunately, that was a minor self-infliction. He went for the attack on Shorts, and then that little bump of the contact, and that sent Alex Norris into a half slide. I think that might be a possible self-inflict on that one. But Alex Norris was really ballsy on the attack. I mean, hell, both Shorts and Alex Norris were very ballsy and really going at it these last several laps. So Reese is starting to reel in on Cookie here. Let's take a look at the tire difference between the two. About 2 laps difference between the two for the tires. But Reese has reeled about 0.4 of a second to Cookie right now. Now the average pit stop loss is about 22-ish seconds. So, in regards to Cookie, if he makes a second stop, he'll be right about with Night Owl right now. He'll be right about with him. Either just ahead, probably be just about ahead by maybe under a second. But, oh! That turn 5 curb is just evil. And looks like it also did to Alex Norris as well. Because both Shorts and Alex Norris got hit with penalties in turn 5. That just blew things open for Josh here. Josh is on Alex Norris's back end. Shorts is on Night Owl's back end. So we got 2 fights here. A battle for 3rd and a battle for 5th. Right on board with Night Owl. There is that there. But, no, Night Owl's going in. Night Owl's gone in for a second stop. So Shorts will inherit the 3rd place spot. Alex Norris is in 4th. Josh is in 5th. And it looks like Night Owl will be coming out. He's in the 8th spot. He'll be coming out just ahead of Savage in the 8th place spot. But he's got a bit of work to do if he needs to catch Andrea here. And Savage will just get him into turn 1, actually. So now has a lot of work to do. 12 seconds behind Andrea. And now look at this. Alex Norris in a Ferrari sandwich. Shorts ahead, Josh behind. But Josh, by the way, I gotta look at the stats, but I believe Josh does not have a Tier 1 podium yet. I don't think he has one. Well, let's see what happens here. I mean, he's within 3 seconds of both of these guys. He's 9/10 behind Alex Norris. He's 1.7 behind his teammate. So Josh is looking at a possible podium here. And if he does get a podium, that's pretty damn impressive. That is very impressive if he does so. And speaking of which, by the way, just want to take a note here. So earlier today we had the Tier 2 race, kicking off Season 20 at Bahrain. Alan J, right now, unofficially, Alan J was the winner, with Jack in second and Lennon in third. Oh, wait, no, that's qualifying. I'm sorry. Alan was pole position, Jack second, and Lennon was in third. But for the race itself, it was JTK in the Aston Martin who picked up the win. Jack was in second, and Lennon was in third. I'll have to look at my Tier 2 stats, but it's been a long while since Aston Martin in RPL has won a Tier 2 race. It's been quite a long while. We're on board with Josh as he chases there. It looks like Maxwell's lost a lot of momentum to Josh. He's got Andrea on his ass. So let's switch over to these guys. They're closer here. And Josh not close enough to make the attack. Outside will be for Andrea. And he makes it happen. Maybe not. Maxwell trying to fight back. Ooh, almost contact. But Maxwell trying his damnedest, but can't get it done. Maxwell is in 7th now. Savage into the pits for his second stop. So let's get a load of this guy here, as Maddie has gone a lap down now. Maddie has gone a lap down, and oh my God, Florian, 15 minutes ago, has left the server. He has left RPL. Wow. I did not expect that. Damn. Well, just before I found out about that in that moment there, Reese was take a gander with him. Reese, by the way, has 13 wins to his repertoire in Tier 1. Has not gotten a win since Season 11. So Reese has not won a race in nearly 3 seasons. So we'll have to ask him if he does pull off the win. We'll have to ask Reese when was the last time he won, and we'll get that figured out. As Cookie is in. Cookie has gone in. So, Reese about 15.1 seconds behind, which means when Cookie comes out, Cookie will be roughly 6 seconds behind Reese. So, as it looks, Reese is looking at possibly win number 14 in his career. Yeah, it's looking at win number 14 in his career. and a win that he hasn't gotten since season 11. Cookie is looking to go for career win, the tier 1 career win, number 39. And will be his 6th win of the season if he gets it. Well, with only 9 laps left, this is where things get interesting. And Josh, by the way, just want to note this. Josh is out of range against shorts. So Josh is out of range for a chance at a podium. And yeah, a few people going with a 1-stop, couple went with a 2-stop. But Josh, unfortunately, is out of range against shorts to go for a podium. He's 3.5 seconds behind. But does have a chance to go for 4th here, as he's looking to eyeball and go for it here. And in just under a lap, Cookie has reeled Reese in by over 3 seconds. Outside attack goes Josh. Alex Norris is gonna fend him. Gonna try and fend, and he does so. Keeps him back. Oh Jesus! Reese into the penalty box. That's it. And there's the attack. Inside momentum. And Cookie gets the lead back before the S's. And has got the lead back over Reese. And Reese, with that penalty, that is going to hurt him. But bear in mind, though, Cookie could get himself in trouble with that incident with Florian earlier in the event. Sorry. Josh in 5th, being chased by Andrea. Andrea, by the way, caught right back up to these guys. And bear in mind, Andrea does not have any penalties either. The penalties, no, they dive bomb. Oof. Contact between Josh and Andrea. Ooh. That was like a shot from... That was like an intercontinental dive shot by Andrea. And there was contact, but Josh does get the position back going into turn 3. So Andrea's gonna have to try again a little later on. And Cookie is already long gone. In the span of a lap and a half, well, in the span of 3 laps, Cookie went from being 4 seconds behind Reese to being within a second in 1 lap. And now, after about 2 laps after taking the lead back from Reese, he is over 6 seconds ahead. Jesus. Alright, let's ride on board with Andrea. See if he can try again for momentum here. Savage into the penalty box, but does not need to worry at all on a possible penalty. Actually, no, Maddie is back on the lead lap. I see it on the map there. But Savage is in DRS on the lap car of Beatnik, though. And unfortunately, Andrea not close enough for an attack on Josh right now. Not close enough for an attack right now. But don't forget, Josh is in pursuit of Alex Norris. Now, both of these guys are going to be gaining a position, as Alex Norris does have a 3 second for exceeding track limits too many times. just about 5-6 laps to go. You got it at the exact same time that Shorts did. So both of them will be looking. So Josh is looking at 4th, Andrea looking at 5th, but I think Andrea would love to get 4th place instead. So Josh has better ERS availability than Andrea does. But here we go. On to the attack here. Alex Norris fending in there. Downside! Ooh! Holy shit! Oh! Of course I hit the wrong button on that dive bomb from Andrea. And Alex Norris does go into a spin. We saw the attack. But hit the wrong button. We went to Maxwell instead of Josh. Oh, that was stupid. But from the looks of it, I think Andrea, who does get himself a penalty now, Andrea went for the shot against both Josh and Alex Norris. And from what we saw, the two collided, and Alex Norris did unfortunately get spun out by a sister team. That really does suck. Oh, Andrea could be facing some trouble. Could be facing some trouble if that was the case. Speaking of some trouble, get a load of back here. Savage in pursuit of Torn Penguin for 9th place. Now Savage will have to hope that Torn Penguin gets a track limit penalty, and Savage would get ahead and go for get himself some 9th place, and that will be the second time that Savage has finished 9th so far. He did it at Imola back in round 6, just over a month ago. Now Josh into the penalty box. With the exception of Cookie, 7 of the top 10 in the penalty box. On the outside goes Savage and ahead. But looks like, I thought Torn Penguin was looking for an attack again, but no dice. Meanwhile, Night Owl, who's in the 8th place position, is within 3 seconds. Of both his teammate Maxwell and Alex Norris. So Night Owl could be looking at 6th place. And with 3 laps to go, it's all for play. Let's take a quick peek. Oh wait, is there a battle close there? Nope, it's Alex Norris closing in on Maxwell. That's for the 6th place position. Alex Norris and Maxwell both have a track limit penalty on them, but no movement yet on that regard. And Savage has outran Torn Penguin, so Torn Penguin will not be getting DRS against Savage. But Savage has 3 laps to try to pull 3 seconds on Torn Penguin. Speaking of which, looks like Cookie only has 1 warning. Now, what about Night Owl? How many warnings does he got? 2! He's got a double! He got a double one! 2 laps to go, and Matty has gone a lap down. Has gone back a lap down. So Matty in the 11th place position. That is where he'll finish. And look at the map. Cookie is about to is closing in to potentially put Beatnik 2 laps down. That's whack. I mean, then again, Beatnik in Hungary has a really strange history. I mean, Beatnik managed to get himself 63 seconds of penalties on track before getting disqualified. That still just boggles my mind to this day. But we have the battle between Alex Norris and Maxwell for right now. Night Owl is within 2 seconds of Maxwell. and is just about to get into DRS of Alex Norris. But coming into to turn 15, Cookie will be kicking off. Cookie will be kicking off the final lap of the race, sponsored by Aramco. And there it is, inside shot, and Beatnik is officially 2 laps down. Wow. That's just crazy. And by the way, Cookie got the lead from Reese with 7 laps, with about 8 laps left. And in the span of 7 laps, Cookie is now 17 seconds ahead of Reese. No momentum between Night Owl, Alex Norris, and Maxwell. No movements there. And looks like there will be no attack in a turn 3. So, I think that pretty much settles it there. And with a 2-stop, we thought maybe the 2-stop might not work, but it definitely worked in hindsight as Torn Penguin's into the pits. But here it is, out of the final corner, he will dominate here in Hungary. Cookie, win 39 in Tier 1. He's done it. And there's an annihilation from them. Annihilation there. Reese will come across to get in the second. Whoa, Andrea goes super wide. Shorts holds on and will take 3rd place here. And he will do it. 3rd place. Josh, valiant effort, will be getting 4th. Andrea will be 5th. Maxwell will come across 6th. Same with Norris. But Night Owl will claim the 6th place spot. Maxwell will be 7th. Alex Norris in 8th. Savage. Love this guy. Love this guy here. Another points finish. 4 races he's done in Tier 1. And now he'll have points in 3 of those 4. 9th place for Savage. Solid work. And Torn Penguin will be getting the final points position in 10th. Wow. And you know what? I mean, driver of the day. I mean, if we had to put some contenders in here, there's 3 that speak out. Number 1, you have Cookie, who's got win number 39, and just absolutely obliterated the gap here. He absolutely obliterated by winning by over 20 seconds over Reese. Then you have Josh, who I believe he has raced in Tier 1 before, but a 4th place finish in Ferrari is just incredible. And he had the chances of going for a podium too. He had a chance. Crazy stuff. I mean, those are your 2 main contenders, with an honorable mention going to Savage for getting his 3rd points finish in 4 Tier 1 races. Celebrations on hand for Cookie, Reese, and Shorts. Their podium there. And driver of the day was given a Night Owl by the game. Interesting. But there is the results here. So, Cookie is your winner with Reese 2nd, Shorts 3rd, Josh 4th, Andrea 5, Night Owl 6, Maxwell 7, Alex Norris 8, Savage 9, Torn Penguin 10, and then our 2 out of the points is Maddie, who went a lap down, Beatnik, who went 2 laps down, and then Florian and Robin are only 2 DNFs. But yeah, like I said, I think my 2 main contenders for driver today is Cookie with that dominating performance, and then Josh with a a really strong performance in Ferrari. Had a chance for a podium, but solid stuff to get fourth place. Very great stuff. B-Nick was in AI for most of the race. You're kidding me. Wow. No wonder why he was so slow. Why he was so slow. Wow. Yeah, I love it. One stop was not it. Well, that is going to conclude the stream for tonight. So let's get a load into next week here. So next week, Tier 2 will be at Canada for their second race of the season. And for round 12 for Tier 1, we are going to be at Zandvoort. So, well, let's go with Lights Out in RPL. Who was the best? Who was the worst? Let's get this figured out here. So we got two green lights here. Green light for Cookie for his dominating performance, and another green light going to Josh for a solid run and getting himself a fourth place position. Good stuff for him. I actually don't know who I'm going to give a yellow light to, because I really can't figure out who I would probably give the yellow light on that regard. But red light and fail of the day, I guess, if I'm reading it correctly, because I guess he might have purposely taken out the guy before going into the pits and retiring. But red light and fail of the day goes to Florian. Has had quite a few incidents, and then got himself into a severe crash with Savage, which then resulted in him retiring, leaving the game, and quitting the league. So, fail of the day for you, good stuff. Well, from RPL Streams, Ironwolf is signing off. We say good night, and we will see you next week.